You're thinking about that fight, then you get in the ring, you can't wait for the bell to ring. And so you have to work with your trainer closely and develop so you can be smart and safe. Now, years ago, I used to be a little slug it out a little more, but I'd say today, from what I learned from my trainer, is safety. That gives you power. Safety and power. And that's what we have to learn. And we forgot a little bit. A lot of the great trainers died off. And so we're getting a watered down version of it. But obviously, you're looking good. How many fights you got?
I have 10 bouts.
Great. All right, so go ahead. What else you got for me, bro?
What advice would you give to up-and-coming fighters?
Find a good trainer that's going to teach you defense first, and then offense you can always learn. But you got to be safe in there. You got to be safe, and you got to be in shape. You got to develop those lungs that you can perform for 2 or 3 minutes around. And it takes a while to get that.
Yeah, when I'm in the gym, all we do is defense.
That's good stuff.
And what are the biggest chances? What are the biggest changes that you have seen in boxing since your time in the ring?
Well, I mean, just like all sports, you know, the conditioning is getting better. There's better physical conditioning guys. The trainers are learning, you know, and so they're growing up and they're becoming better. So it's like if you look at the track stars, they keep running faster. It's unbelievable. But that's condition, and that's the condition coach that are helping that. And that's what we need to pay attention to, so we can get in great shape. And when the other guy gets tired, we can put on step on the pedal.
And what's one thing about your boxing career that people don't realize?
You know, I grew up in a crazy Irish Catholic family. My father was very negative and put us down. And, you know, so how I made it, I left the house when I was 17. How I made it from that to fighting number 1 in the world for the heavyweight championship world is unbelievable. I believe God followed me along and helped me out along the way. And with that, I still made mistakes. I drank and partied at the wrong time. I really regret that a lot because I never got to fulfill my destiny. And I could have been the heavyweight champion of the world. That's my son. Very good. Oh, yeah.
How do you stay active and healthy?
You know, I'm always training somebody. I travel a lot. I do a lot of appearances. I help people. I do a lot of charity work. And I have a great family. All those people makes the wheel roll easier and better. And you learn to love yourself. See, it was hard for me where I grew up to love myself. I thought I'm just not good enough. And today, unfortunately, I made some mistakes in my career. Today, I love myself. I got a great family who I love every day, and I want them to be all they can be. My children, I have 3 children who can fight. I don't want them to fight because it's a hard life.
I like going to the gym and training. I like it. It's fun.
That's good for you. You bet it is. Smart. You pick a good defensive guy and follow.
And who's your favorite fighter to watch today?
I mean, there's just so many great guys. I mean, you got David Benavidez, you got Dimitri Bivol, you got some of the heavyweights are coming up again. All the 140 pounders, 47 pounds, not 47 pounds all week. But, you know, there's a lot of great fighters today from all over the world, and they're getting there just to.
Who do you believe the greatest fighter is to ever live?
I think looking back on it, I would have to say Sugar Ray Robinson. If you look at his films, he retired a bunch of times. When he spent this, when he came back, won the title again. He was so good. You know, those guys, Willie Taft, Sandy Sadler, Gene Fullmer, Carmen Basilio, those guys, Bob Foster, those are some great fighters that I used to get to rub elbows with them at the Hall of Fame, and someday you'll be able to rub elbows with those guys too. The great fighters of the past. That's what gives us hope.
Yeah, I actually believe Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest fighter to ever live as well.
I mean, listen, so Ray Leonard was great, Roberto Duran was great. I mean, there's so many great fighters out there. I mean, great. And, you know, how can you really tell, you know? But, you know, I think as time goes on, we develop more strategy, you know, than they did 100 years ago. They're tough, but we learn how to really defend ourselves better, be smarter, and have game.
Do you think fighters were more mentally stronger back then than they are now?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a rough time, and they used to fight. Listen, you know, They fought 3 times. Jake LaMotta fought Ray Robinson twice in 3 weeks. I mean, that's unbelievable. And there's a lot of fighters back then. Henry Armstrong won 3 championships in 1 month. So back then, you had to fight. There's the pressure and all things. They didn't make that much money, and you can make a living fighting. And so today, there's so much money involved. You make a few $1 million. Why fight anymore? So we gotta have to look at that too.
For my last question, what is the most money you made off of a fight?
I made in 1982 $8.5 million fighting Larry Holmes for the heavyweight championship of the world. Even though I lost him, I made $8.5 million.
That's a lot of money, and he was defeated.
I still got it.
Thank you for your time.